Hey guys, it's Laura. I am sending a video for you this week so that you can take a look on how to start practicing the core breath. I'm going to show you how we want to do it during pregnancy, 36 weeks up to birth, and then how to start practicing after birth. You do want to check that you have the ability to engage the pelvic floor muscles as part of this exercise before giving birth, but it's not your main focus. So here we go. You can sit on a ball as I've got. This one's a little bit small for me, but if you've got one of these around the house, this is a good thing to practice on. If not, you can practice sitting on maybe a yoga block, or we did it with a bolster, I think, in class the other day. You can even just sit on a chair, use with your hand below you. So we're just looking for some feedback. It's a little bit easier to kind of sense what's happening when something's below you that's providing a little support. Okay, we've practiced this before. We did this last week, and it's in week 1 of your follow-up emails, but I wanted to add one little piece on for you. So this week's email is all about rib cage placement. We want to check that we have a neutral rib cage placement. We're not lifted here. We're letting the ribs sink down a little bit. Even if you've got a little bit of roundedness in your upper back, totally fine. Check in, same thing with the pelvis. We don't want the bum tucked under. We're just looking for a nice neutral pelvis, slightly untucked. Take your hands to your ribs if that's helpful. Apply a little pressure. And you're going to breathe into your hands, feeling your ribs expanding side to side. And letting it go. So we're looking for expansion side to side and into the back, trying to avoid purely belly breathing or really lifting the chest as you inhale. So we want to try not to do that, letting the breath come right into the hands. At the same time, as you breathe in, feel for the pelvic floor muscles softening, releasing. Maybe you think of the sitting bones widening apart. And then everything naturally draws up. If you're sitting on the bolster or something with feedback, imagine melting over top of it. So everything softens as you inhale, letting go. And exhale naturally. You're not doing anything. You are hoping those pelvic floor muscles are lifting back up, maybe creating a slight lift away from the ball. So that's kind of basic. That's just training the muscles to work together. That's just getting them to inhale, ribs expand, diaphragm drops, pelvic floor softens. Exhale, everything naturally draws back up. So the piece that I want to add in that you're going to start to do postpartum is adding a little bit more of a pelvic floor engagement. So as you inhale, everything softens and releases. And as you exhale, you're going to think about letting that natural lift happen and then adding on a little bit more of a lift. So some cues that might work for you are thinking of lifting a blueberry up through the vagina as you exhale. You might think about the sitting bones drawing towards each other and up. So towards the midline of your body, sit bones towards each other and up into the vagina. Some people think of like a Kleenex, or I think I use jellyfish. Jellyfish widens and expands as you inhale. Exhale draws together and up. So that's kind of like the Kleenex, like coming out the top of a box, or a milkshake sucking up through a straw. So there's just this idea of gathering in and up. We're not feeling for you just clenching your bum. We're not feeling for a really intense, you're not trying to like lift, I think I said like a watermelon up with the pelvic floor. It's just a small, gentle blueberry. So it's really a gentle engagement and not something really intense. So although this is not your main focus, 36 weeks onward in pregnancy, I would encourage you to practice the engaging so that you have an ability to contract and engage so that you know how that feels when you do this postpartum. Okay, we've got 1 week left in our class, so if you have any questions, please bring them on Saturday. We'll practice this there for sure. And I hope you guys have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.